How's it going, guys? So I'm just heading home from the gym, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on the Andrew Tate fight, because I noticed everybody talking about it. I've got my own thoughts on it. Let me begin by saying that I first stepped into a boxing gym when I was 16. I didn't train consistently as a boxer to make a career out of boxing, but I've done a fair amount of sparring, and I've trained on and off over the years. There's reasons why I've had to quit. At some point last year, I actually signed up for a white collar fight, and I wasn't able to do that because of an injury. I had to drop out in week 2 of the training camp, but that's beside the point. If you've ever done sparring in boxing and you've got just a bit of skill, just a minimum level of, like in my case, I've got decent footwork and a decent jab. So my boxing would just be moving around a lot and jabbing, right? As soon as you get tired, it's like all of a sudden you've just lost all the boxing that you knew. Like, it doesn't matter what your skill level is in boxing. As soon as you gassed out, all of your skill gets negated. It's like you've never stepped foot into a boxing ring. It's like, imagine you enter the boxing ring as an adult with your boxing skill set and you're confident, you know how to protect yourself. And then mid-fight, you gas out and you turn into a toddler mid-fight, into like a 6-year-old, and you're still in the ring and you're still fighting the same guy, except all the skill that you worked hard for, all of your strength, it's all gone. You can't even keep your hands up anymore. Barely you can. And you're now this toddler facing an adult. That's what it feels like when you gas out. Now, if you're lucky, the other guy gassed out too, and you're 2 toddlers fighting. You can barely do anything anymore. But that's kind of the comparison. That's how that feels. That's how helpless you feel when that happens. There's nothing scarier in boxing or in fighting. I've tried kickboxing too, but I didn't like it that much. But in boxing and fighting, there's nothing scarier than gassing out. Because all those skills you had before that kept you safe, that kept you competitive, that kept you in the game, it's like, and it doesn't usually just go away slowly. For me at least, it just drops off a cliff. And that's what happened to Andrew Tate. It's like, you're fighting, you've got your skills, you've got your game plan. You gas out, and then within 10 seconds, all of that goes out the window. Your jab's gone, your footwork's gone, your footwork, which kept you safe. Your head movement, which kept you safe. Your parrying, everything, all out the window within 3 seconds once you gassed out. It's, in my opinion, the scariest thing to happen. And it's happened to me a few times in sparring, because I've never really liked doing cardio. If I was Andrew Tate, that exact scenario would have kept me up at night. Like, knowing how helpless you feel, how quickly you can go from like a somewhat skilled fighter to somebody who can't even block punches coming at them, knowing how quickly that transition can happen, how quickly you can become completely defenseless once your gas runs out. That would keep me up at night, knowing that could happen to me. That would have been that is the core of your training. If you're training for like a beginner fight, like a white collar fight, all these coaches are trying to do is get you conditioned. They're gonna have you run 2 5K runs a week. They're gonna have you on the assault bike. They're gonna have you skipping rope a lot. They're just gonna have you doing a bunch of cardio. And I hear this being said a lot in these boxing gyms, is that at the very novice level, what determines the outcome of a fight is your conditioning. because nobody's got that great of a skill set. So it's literally the guy who's better conditioned that wins that fight. So to me, if I ever had to do a fight, if I ever had to do a white collar fight, I know that the reason I'd lose if I lost is because of conditioning, probably, unless I got badly mismatched with some dude who's way better than me, which can happen. I've seen boxers like actually training to make their pro debut, and whilst they're waiting for that, just to keep themselves warm, they'll go and do these white collar matches and sort of match up with complete novices and just like completely smash them. There's YouTube videos I've seen of that happen. I even know the guy, just from social media, and like not like personally, but I know a specific video that I can show you guys of that happening. But that's like a freak accident. That shouldn't happen. In like a properly matched novice or white collar boxing match, it's the conditioning that will mess you up. Like whoever's better conditioned is usually the guy that wins. I know how scary it is to have a game plan and you just gas out, all out the window. It's all gone. Poof. I've been there. Now, like I said, if I was him and my entire fucking reputation depended on this match, I would have been doing hours of cardio each and every day, which it didn't look like he did. But look, I wasn't there, I wasn't in the ring, but that's just my thoughts. Like, what happened to Andrew Tate is probably my personal nightmare when it comes to sparring and boxing, or especially to fighting. And that's the thing that I would try most to avoid. But yeah, so that's my honest opinion. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.